Good evening, Happy Gators.
Well, I've had happier days.
What happened today, Taylor? Actually, we'll get into it in a second. It's not really a laughing matter in the least, but yeah, we're a little late today because there's just been an awful lot going on in the news, and we wanted to see it too. And you know, we do a comic strip that deals with political issues and social issues. There's really just no way not to talk about this. But we are here to play games, and we're going to do that too. But before we get started, let's just rehash kind of what has happened the last few hours. So I think it's pretty safe to say, right, Taylor, that an assassination attempt has been attempted on President Trump at a rally. I don't think there's really any doubt of that now.
It's safe to say it, unless you are the Associated Press, or maybe if you're CNN, or if you're Newsweek, or if you're one of the many reporters who's passing around a secret script saying that you should not actually mention the word assassination.
So let's just say, the AP has said that?
Yes.
The AP has come out saying that we're not sure it's an assassination attempt?
Well, that's the reason that Biden came out and said that he wasn't sure if it was an assassination attempt.
Did the AP come out first, or did Biden come out first and then the AP followed along?
I don't know what the source is of the script that was being sent around to the different reporters, but there is a reason why you 100% saw all of the major platforms, CNN, Newsweek, AP, all saying at the same time that they were not willing to use the word assassination. There's a reason why that was. It's because they were being told that they should not say that word. So you get headlines saying things like, Trump fell off the stage after a bunch of loud noises.
Yeah, good Lord, people. Somebody died. I mean, it's pretty clear that one of the people that was up there for the rally died, and then you can't make light of this stuff. And if you are, you're just putting your own selves at peril in this political season, because I do not believe the American people are going to settle for that.
I'm so angry. I know when I initially heard the news, I cried. But I was crying because I'm crying for the country. I'm crying that this is where we are, and this is the kind of people that we are now. But when I got over that, then I got really mad, because that's the next thing that happens, is you get angry because this is where we are, and this is the way the headlines are coming out, and a man's blood is splattered all over the bleachers.
Yeah, it's not wrong. I mean, all that's quite accurate. I mean, and you know, I've seen some of the posting that's been happening on Twitter. You know, as far as like people saying, "How could you miss?" and things like that. And
don't even get me started.
I don't think this is going to work well for you Democrats if you think this is funny, and you do not have a large enough following beyond your base to just do this on your own. And you know, there's a lot of independents out there that aren't crazy about Trump. I know there are, and there's a lot, and they're not crazy about Biden either, and they're just kind of holding their nose and they're not sure where to go. And you telling me that as an independent, you're sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm told that that Trump is a bad man, so I guess I'm going to have to go vote for the party that's actual assassins," because
assassins in the service of a guy with dementia. I mean, that makes it even better, right?
I mean, it doesn't. If you're going to sit there and say, "Well, this had nothing to do with Biden," whatever. Beyond that, the fact is clear. It's pretty clear, and I mean, it's true. We have to get the identity of this person, and God willing, we have to. We have to know everything about this shooter. We have to know what he was registered as. We have to know how he was going to vote. We have to know his history. You cannot wash this one away. It's too serious. And you can't. I just think that like independents would just sit there and say, you know, screw it. I'm just going to stay home. I don't want to vote for Trump. But you know what? I don't have to vote at all. I don't have to participate if it comes to it. And all you Democrats out there that just think this is funny, or just don't think this is a big deal, or this is important because Trump is Hitler, and he's not, but that's what you like to say, then, you know, you're losing too many people that you have to have. I mean, your base of this country is about 33%.
33% of people in this country at the least are celebrating tonight. Those that have heard.
Well, 33% last I checked in math is not enough to win diddly scoot. So that's not
legitimately.
That leaves another 25% of cheating, and that's really hard. So I don't see a lot of Democratic politicians coming out and talking tonight, and I think they're smart to do that. And I think that all the voters that are having a good time with this had better be careful and had probably just better shut the F up.
You make a good point about this is the worst time for people that are really secretly happy about this to be coming out and opening their mouths, because everyone is hyped to screenshot right now and report. And some accounts tomorrow are probably going to get suspended, rightfully so. Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to do that as a policy, it's got to be a policy, not just a one-handed policy.
I just don't want to lose sight of the fact that a man went to a political rally tonight of a politician who really has quite moderate viewpoints, is very loose on things like abortion, and got shot in the head.
Yeah.
And he had brain matter splattered all over the bench, and the doctor couldn't do anything for him.
Yeah.
And all he was doing was going to hear a man talk.
It's not okay, people.
This is awful.
And you know what? I absolutely do not want to see any Republicans to go out there and go like, oh, well, now let's go shoot up a Biden rally. For God's sakes, don't do that. I mean, my God. Let the Democrats own this one. Just let them own this one. They're the party that shot first.
Oh, isn't Adam Kissinger going to be the first one to come out tomorrow and say that we just all need to be conscious of our own political rhetoric?
Well, and the political rhetoric is rough. And you know what, Taylor? It's rough with Trump, too. I mean, he calls him really unpleasant things, referring to Biden and stuff. And this is stuff that Trump does. And is it my favorite aspects of Trump? Oh, hell no. It's not. I don't really like that part.
No, I don't. You know the headlines are going to be Trump injured, Republicans pounce. It's going to be just... It's already been stupid. A man's dead and it's already been stupid.
Well, I'm waiting for the Sunday morning shows to just be Democrats coming out going like, what? I'm really here to talk about Project 2025.
That's what we need to talk about tomorrow. Project 2025.
That's what we're here to talk about today.
Anyway, we should kick off this game.
What game?
I know.
Is it a shooting game? I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
No.
No snipers in. Well, actually, okay. There's a machine gun on an arm. Oh, I forget about it.
I'm pretty sure it was Barrett on the roof.
It's Barrett up there.
Okay, so I am in Nibelheim. I finally got out of Cosmo Cannon. Thank God, because that was a nutty place. And honestly, I've already can feel this game getting harder just instantly.
So as soon as we got to Cosmo Canyon, it's already hard?
Yeah, it was like a switch. The creatures all of a sudden got a lot harder.
Oh, great.
I mean,
well, you always have the option of going to easy.
Yeah, I mean, I could handle it, but I was like, yeah.
So I guess we made an advertisement tonight for our upcoming talk show. It's going to be a lot like that. Except we'll have more visuals and less giant swords.
I don't remember them telling me how to do this, Taylor. This is part of my problem.
Oh, are you doing that stalking in the grass thing again? You've done this before.
Refused. I have, but usually they give me rocks to throw or something, and I don't have anything. He's got, like, am I supposed to talk to him? I'm confused.
I just want to point out, though, if anybody in chat wants to say anything about the politics tonight, have at it. We are all open to chatting with you about your feelings. There's probably a lot of feelings racing around right now.
Oh. Oh, okay, there's a trail. Wow. I didn't pick up on that. There's the rocks I think I'm looking for. Yep. Oh no, I got bait this time. What is chocobo bait?
What are you doing?
It wants me to come up here. I don't know if I'm gonna like leap off of this cliff like
Is this,
Butch and the Sundance Kid onto the back of the
is this
chocobo
cactus
or what?
related? Is this something to do with a cactus? What are all the cactuses
How does he
down
see
there?
me? I don't know. I don't understand why there's cactuses. I think I'm supposed to now use the bait maybe to distract the chocobos down there. They didn't give me bait here for nothing, so... I don't know, Taylor. I might have to have you look this up. We'll see.
Oh.
If it gets to it.
Weird. So you're in Nibelheim, you said?
Yep. Okay, so if I toss bait, does that mean he's going to... Oh, like did I like throw it too high? Well, that didn't do any good. Great! Okay, Taylor, get out your guide.
I have the guide out, but I don't really know what you're trying to do.
Okay, so I gotta get to this blue chocobo that's on the other side of those rocks.
Okay. Blue
So
chocobo.
this is called Wrangle a Chocobo and Nibelheim.
Oh, wrangle it. I thought I said something about wrangling a chocobo.
That's what they call it. I am really not sure why. While you're looking at it, I'm going to grab some more bait. I feel I'm going to need it to stop.
That's a chocobo wrangling mini game, huh?
Yeah. So they have each of these on every level's got one of these.
You have to throw chocobo bait and guide it in between the spiky green plants.
Really?
If Selena the chocobo fills the red circular bar above her head by hitting too many of the plants, she'll run away and you'll have to try the minigame again. Thankfully, there are checkpoints at certain bits that reset the chocobo's red bar and start the minigame further up. To start, climb the hill towards her location and pick up a few pieces of bait, then throw the bait close enough to her to get her to follow the tracks in the ground.
To Selena?
Yes. You're trying to guide her through those
Oh,
plants
so they want
without her
me to
getting
throw...
hit.
Oh, they want me to do it from up here.
Yeah. from
Okay.
up there.
Why do I have other chocobo out there? I don't understand that part.
I don't know.
That's why they're telling me. I mean, it was weird. They're like, these chocobo could care less about your chocobo bait. I'm like, well, then why are we doing this? Come on, you crazy bluebird. So I'm supposed to go, it's like a maze?
Yeah, it's like a maze. It's just like a maze.
Too far. This doesn't seem too terribly hard, which is concerning me. It means that I'm concerned I'm doing it wrong. I'm guessing that I can probably get him through those passages when they deflate. Is what I'm guessing.
That's the idea.
Oh, come on, buddy. You nearsighted?
Seems like things are going pretty well. Is that deceptive?
I think it's deceptive. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Oh my
She doesn't
gosh!
hurry. She kind of takes her time.
Oh, for real? This feels like one of those things, and I've just got to really go slow. I mean, my goodness, this is gonna take forever to wait for that. At least they don't have her turning around and going like, "I'm going to go back now." Wait, really? Maybe they want her to come down further, I don't know. You dumb bird. Oh, I mean, the thing with this is it's just going to take a while.
And yes, it's obviously taking a while.
Hurry, hurry. Oh, no! Dadgummit. Ugh. Taylor, this is vexing me.
There's nothing more that the guide's going to tell you. So
I know.
Not a lot of help here. Just keep
Oh my
trying
gosh,
and
can you
doing
move a
it.
little faster? Holy smokes.
They said that at some point if she gets hit, you don't have to start all over.
Yeah. These are those kind of mini games where you kind of go like, really? It's not high scintillation action, right? It's like,
No.
this mini game is going to put you to sleep.
Again, I understand why the Reddit thread was complaining about that there's just too many mini games in this game because a lot of them are a bit tedious, don't you think?
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, tedious.
They are. They truly are. And I don't overly care, but it bothers me more so in the light of doing this. Like, I'm streaming it. So I don't want this to be boring. And there's just like little I can do. I guess you could just tell me your life story right now.
My life story?
Go, 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 go! Dumb bird.
We're getting better images of how bloodied up Trump's ear got after this. Doesn't look great. He's already out of the hospital, though.
So did he lose part of his ear?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
He's not...
Nothing that was going to stop him from going to the UFC.
He's not going to be
tonight.
like a Weasley and show up at the convention with a toothbrush in his ear, is he?
No, it's not all gnarled up like in Harry Potter or anything. And I don't mean to be flippant because, you know, there's one victim who's not going home to his family tonight.
Oh no, I screwed up. I screwed up, Taylor. I did it again. You're so slow, you dumb bird. It's like I've got to do this so...
You gotta do it like
I've got to
way in
do it like
advance.
when it's already fully inflated. They move so slowly on that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be doing this for an hour. I'm really bad at this kind of stuff.
You can't do this for an hour.
I will be, because I have to. This isn't one of those things where you're like, oh, well, I'll just move on to something else. I need this chocobo.
I can confirm that Ilyan Omar called tonight's assassination attempt the tragedy that happened at the rally. I guess some people just did something. I don't
Why
know.
is he... Okay. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I guess he's safe in that spot. She called it what again?
A tragedy?
Well, it is a tragedy.
It's not a tragedy, though. It's an assassination attempt. Tragedies are like things that just happen.
Hey,
Assassination attempts are
that's
murder.
the best you're going to get out of her.
Well, it shouldn't be like that.
This stuff is not acceptable. For real. Really? You dumb bird? I gotta put it like right in front of you? I'm just trying to get you away from this hedge. Ugh. How am I gonna get through that?
Well, it's gonna have to go into the short plants and then go directly into the big plants. I mean, I don't know how to describe this to you.
Right.
It's gotta go from the short plants to the big
so
plants.
Much sense. From the short plants to the big plants. This is a big boy mini game.
Yeah, this is a big boy game. Pull up your big boy pants.
Okay. Go! Whew. I think I'm safe. For the moment. So, tell me this, Taylor. Where am I supposed to go with this bird? It didn't even really tell me that. Like, I'm supposed to just go over to where the other birds
I
are?
think you're just supposed to go where it's got no plants, which would make me think like towards the left.
Okay. Golly. I'm just going to sit here and watch this. The whole cycle.
You know that guides nowadays are really vague, you know? They're not terribly detailed. They're expecting you to go watch video if you want to get huge details.
Okay, good. He's up there. I was like, your checkpoint's back over in, I don't know, Cosmo Canyon. I can live with this. Distance. Do you have to... I mean, come on, Cloud. You don't have to bend over here. You're up high.
He's got to be sneaky. He doesn't want the chocobo to notice him.
It's actually that hemorrhoid problem he has. You just can't
God's
bend
sake.
up, straighten up.
It's the slit disc in his back. So we have had like weeks and weeks and months of people saying Trump's a dictator, Trump's the next Hitler, he's the end of democracy, the end of our Constitution. And then when it happens like this, they say, well, this sure is convenient for him. Well, I certainly think them missing is inconvenient for you.
You shouldn't ask for it then.
Yeah, I mean, you've been spending months asking for it, and now when it happens, well, it sure is convenient for him. Well, I don't think he found it very convenient tonight. It's crazy, but one head turn would have been the end of that campaign.
So it really doesn't tell me where to go.
Well, where is it now?
He's past it now.
He's past all the plants. Well,
Like,
probably
maybe I just
to
need
the
to
other
sneak up on
chocobo,
it?
don't you think? Yeah.
Towards
Towards the other chocobo, I think.
He is right next to one. It really doesn't say?
I'm gonna look again.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to tell me something to do after
This
this
thing
point.
keeps going black on me. All the chocobo tracks. Checkpoint.
Do. Grab a few more. Just in
Guide her
case.
to the patch of grass at the bottom of the hill. Then
Okay.
sneak up to finally catch her. Like, you have to sneak up on her.
Okay. I think I've done enough. I don't need to add that in for the excitement. So, do you think I've got her on... Let's see. Seems like I can sneak up on that.
Yeah.
To
That's
me.
why you're sneaking. That's why you're all
Yeah,
like
but I
bent
think I've got her
over.
close enough now.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. Now I can get back to the game.
Impressive work by Cloud.
It wasn't terribly hard.
Wasn't
It
easy.
was just tedious.
Too tedious.
was
Why
tedious.
did you need another...
Lucky for him, because
Chocobo?
more
I think
you need
attempts
another
would have been
chocobo.
So each...
humiliating.
I don't really get to travel with my chocobos land to land. I didn't get to put it on the plane.
Oh, because you didn't get to put it on the plane.
And they all have different properties. So apparently this one swims.
Oh, yeah? Is it flies and swims?
See?
Oh.
High into the air with it's a jet. Good grief. Just good grief.
Let's get her back to old Sageykin, shall we?
Yeah, I would point out to all the people that think that they're going to just be really well off and get rid of Trump is that you get rid of Trump in some fashion, you're going to get DeSantis. He'll come back into the picture. It's not like you're not going to have anybody to run against. So, you know, just think about that.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, what do they think's going to happen? They think Republicans would just go, oh, this sucks. I guess we just won't participate this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that how it went the last...
I guess it'll be Nikki Haley.
Is the next playbook is always, well, whoever is the Republican nominee is the next Hitler. So we're just in a long line of Hitlers.
Yes. Remember, Mitt Romney was a Hitler.
Yeah,
He had binders
I remember
of
that
women.
well. He was a
Binders of women. I mean, that Mitt
dog
Romney.
killer that gave women cancer, and somehow binders full of women was really funny. I never did figure out why that was funny.
Yeah. It just, the point is, stop going to extremes all the time, because you're just basically the story of the boy who cried wolf. It doesn't count when you just keep using that over and over again. Okay, so let's try this out. Interesting. Oh wow. Oh. It's kind of like my chocobo's on water and then just shoots out a stream of gas.
What is he doing? He's flying on a gas stream?
It's like gas is coming out of his butt and making him rise. Oh, this is supposed to work. Okay, I've got a couple objects over here I want to try and get to. Now they should be achievable. No, I don't want to fight stuff. I don't feel like fighting.
So here's the thought, is I see somebody online saying, well, you can't blame rhetoric, because every time the left blames rhetoric, we get upset and say, like, no, words didn't cause this. The person who did it caused it. Well, here's my thought on that is...
Didn't happen in a
we don't
vacuum.
have to hold ourselves to our own rules. And the social compact is broken. They've already set the rules. The rules are words cause violence. So we don't have to sit around and say, well, then in that case, that words only cause violence when it's us.
Yeah, you're trying to have it every which way.
Yeah, trying to have it every which way.
And it's just a bad idea. And I would give quarter, and I'd say, like, look, Trump does a measure of this too, but it's a question of who ended up shooting first, and I don't want anyone to have shot, but a lot of people I talk to, very few people I've been talking to have not sat there and been like, I'm just expecting this. You know, everyone's just been saying that, like, I'm expecting someone to get a shot taken at them.
No, we were all expecting something. I know that
from one side or the other.
I mean, but I don't think it's fair to say that because I was expecting it, it shouldn't make me want to shed a little bit of a tear.
No,
because I'm mourning for the state of America.
Well, the state of America is a mess.
And I know it's been
as
long as I've been alive, and it's been a mess since they killed John F. Kennedy in broad daylight in Dallas, but it still hurts.
Well, one of the things that people talk about really that is crazy is, you know, and I don't know how many people realize this, but Robert Kennedy can't get detail. He's been asking for security detail, and Biden won't give it to him.
Everyone should bring that up as often as possible, because it's just evil. We all know what's happened to his family, how many family members he's lost. He has a couple of relatives that we're not even sure that was a legitimate death. And of course he needs a security detail.
Yeah, of course he does. And he'll get it now.
Everyone wants to kill off Kennedys. That's their favorite. That's a long game that's been going on.
He'll get it now. I'm confident of that.
But he
needs to get it with an apology.
But what should absolutely happen is that the head of the Secret Service should resign. And it's that person, that woman, Kim, that has been denying it for Robert Kennedy Jr. and has been denying an increase of detail for Donald Trump. And if the buck stops at the top, that's the top. That's where it needs to be. That person should not be in charge. Probably shouldn't have been in the first place, but should not be in charge after tonight.
Probably won't be. I mean,
we'll see, because I sure haven't seen anybody take any accountability for anything.
It's pretty
Kimberly
embarrassing.
Cheadle,
It's pretty embarrassing when it happens
down.
publicly. I know. It's pretty embarrassing when it happens publicly. Because there's a lot of things. There's probably other people in the detail that will lose faith in that person as a result of this too, if they didn't. But that's speculation.
Yeah.
But it is definitely the interesting news of the day, sadly. Wasn't meant to be.
And it's all everyone's going to be talking about.
Have you seen that
while.
picture, though, with him and, like, the bloody face and then the American flag? I mean, you're like, oh, my God, that's the picture of the year right there.
Oh, the one with him raising up his fist.
And the flag happens to be right there and all that? I mean...
And there's a lot of people saying that the Secret Service held him on stage a lot longer than he should have been there. That's a little bit over my head and more than I know about how these things work, but...
Well, before people would come out and say, well, that's just it's just a pose. It's not a pose. Really good photographers, that's their job, is to be taking thousands of shots so they can get that one shot that's 1 in a million.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what that is going to turn out to be, because that was, well, you know, regardless how you feel about Trump or what happens in the election, that's a hell of a shot.
Yeah, they've actually attributed that to a particular reporter, and I don't remember his name.
That's the image they're going to probably use at the convention next week.
If we have a history, that's the picture that's going to go down in history. I don't even think we have really great footage from Ronald Reagan's attempted assassination. I know there was footage, but it's kind of...
Didn't it just kind of happen right on the street?
Yeah, it was on the street. But
yeah, I mean, it was not a rifle. It was a handgun.
Yeah.
It was, and one of his Secret Service got severely, permanently damaged. And, you know, but it wasn't a rally.
No, it wasn't a rally.
And it's kind of amazing in a way that there would be video of it, because it's not the same time period. It's the 80s. We didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
But, you know, generally cameras always follow a president around, I guess. But in a rally, for sure, be all kinds of camera angles. It's pretty unique in a historic sense when you can have an assassination attempt fully on camera. Like, the entire thing on video, start to finish.
That's the modern era. It's like that now.
Yeah.
I was pretty young during Ronald Reagan's assassination attempt. I remember it really well. I remember the footage. It was a little confusing. A lot of people on the street. A lot of crowds, like people running and shouting. It was a little hard to see the action.
Yeah, it was, you know, as we would have been pretty young at that point, those kind of things you just don't think about as critically. And, you know, plus there just was, there's just so much going on these days as far as, like, people talking about stakes and things like that. And that was just a day after the presidency had already, you know, had been claimed. That was not during an election, so it's also very, very different.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can get to this thing later. I'm not positive how to get to that.
This is new. They have footage now of the counter sniper fire that took that guy out.
Where did that come from?
It came up from just when, if you were looking at President Trump and he's at the podium, just to the right of, the left of that, on a rooftop over that.
So they had snipers.
They had snipers out there on roofs that were protecting. And
remember, we didn't mention this, but there's an interview of some guy with the BBC who said, like, he saw the shooter before the shot and was trying to, like, say something about it. And
so that video, because Elon Musk retweeted that too and made a comment about it, that video is going to be big news tomorrow. as we're all going to have to try to reconcile that. As a bright red-headed guy in a MAGA visor was saying that he was seeing the guy climb the murderer climb up the roof with a rifle in his hand, that he knew it was, you know, serious business and alerted the police to it, and they didn't do anything about it. Everybody's going to be talking about that.
So did he describe how he was climbing? Like, was he literally scaling the side of the roof, the building?
He made it sound that way, yeah.
I don't see how you can miss that.
Well,
If that was, I mean, who knows?
I
That's
don't know.
definitely
You know,
speculation.
I watched the video, but the details weren't all that clear. The question's going to be, you know, was all that real? Did the police know? Did they really not do anything? Was it that obvious?
Last ones were my disciples. Went by... What were those boys' names again? Haven't had this
You tell
many
me you're in the
visitors
bird suit.
ages. Honestly, I almost forgot what it was like.
Dylan said he wanted one of these. I'm like, Dylan,
Last
you come
ones were my
across so
disciples.
tough
Went by...
in the comic strip, but you're just a
But
big
you-
softie.
What were those boys' names again?
Oh, wow. Gaffa says that there are videos of people trying to tell the Secret Service. So I guess it was that obvious. He crawled along the roof. Oh, hi, yeah, we see you, Gaffo. No, all that information's good, because other things that I haven't seen and I've missed, and
Haven't
I
had
want to
this
be
many
looking and
visitors in
following up
ages.
on that.
Honestly, I
I'm
almost
just-
forgot what it was
Well,
like.
I'm
Yeah,
so
it's a-
frustrated. I'm so angry.
And that's the thing, because you know you have snipers. That's part of detail. It's part
Yeah,
of Secret
it
Service
is.
detail is to have the roofs covered. And not only should someone probably just been on that roof themselves as
Yes.
a sniper for the Secret Service.
Some people are saying that.
Well, I mean, what did they think they were going to call? So, okay, let's just go deep here for a second.
No, you know I like to go deep.
Like, oh Lord, I can't believe I'm doing this. So Taylor, try to hold back your excitement. But
Try.
so say the Secret Service was really a big part of this, wanted this to happen.
Well, let's say
Kinda
some
staged
some
it.
part of it, not the whole group of them, but somebody.
How
in
could
there.
they not be like so complicit that they basically helped stage the setting for where this shooter would be, giving him an open view as far as so that other people wouldn't see him? It would almost, you'd have to look at the person that's
I
supposed to
think-
be casing that area heavily, go like, where were you?
I think that the most likely
That's
scenario
strange.
is that
Could've
they had a
sworn I
leak,
asked you
as
to
in
bring me
somebody was
back a certain
responsible for
water
that
loving
area,
chocobo.
and deliberately didn't do their job, which would be very similar to what happened in the Epstein case.
And he's now on a bus to Mexico? Because, I mean, he's toast, right?
Yeah, you think possibly?
He or she.
Or
I mean, but my bigger point to that is like,
I mean, they're gonna
how
find
you're not going to
somebody
get away with that.
yeah. They're gonna find somebody to say, why didn't you know, or why weren't you casing that area, or why?
Or
didn't
is it
you
even
secure it?
worse than why were you diligent, but were you a part of it? Like
Yeah.
an active participant in it.
Well, I don't know, but I do know that it helps if you don't want to be known as an active participant if the shooter is dead.
Yeah. Shooter is definitely dead. Yeah, you get to these things, you kind of wish they wouldn't just kill these people. And
Yeah,
sometimes
they
you
didn't
go
have
like,
a choice. I mean, there's a person's dead in the bleachers. There could be more people that are gonna.
I know.
It's
Well,
not
you
just
could wound
comfort
them.
protecting at this
I
point.
often wonder though why you can't just outright wound. Like you got
Wow,
sniper
come
rifles
on.
with scopes yourself.
You
You shoot him in the shoulder. He's not shooting anybody else.
I have been rightfully admonished on trying to second guess people on how accurate they need to be with their guns.
Well, I have been told before that it's the way you're trained. You shoot to kill. You don't. You do.
Yeah,
two
you're-
shots or whatever.
you shoot to kill.
for the chest. You don't fool around with it.
And they had more than enough reason to be shooting to kill here. There was
Yeah.
a lot of innocent people were in the crossfires.
Yeah. Oh, I could go here. I think I need to get to town now. I think it's time to get. I think it's time to get to town. I don't know. Do I want to do another one of these? Oh, I couldn't do that one. Oh, I know how to do that one now. Okay. As I chuckle to myself, I know how to do that one now.
Yeah, like Gafo says, you got to neutralize the threat. The threat was immediate. It had to be immediately neutralized.
Yeah, but golly, you know, I mean, you end up with
a lot of questions that we would all like to ask. That
sure,
guy,
you never have anybody to ask questions of, and you just
Yeah.
always that's
it's
false.
not going to happen. Yeah. I am deeply upset, Gafo, about that man that died. It's a horrible story. In somebody's attempt to take out someone that they thought was Hitler, that is just another fairly loosey-goosey moderate politician, a man lost his life, is just going to a political rally, probably has a family, not going to see any of them again. He's just sitting in the bleachers. This is what happens. What political violence leads to is innocent people dying, whether it's in war or it's just a guy going to a rally.
Yeah, it is absolutely not okay to do assassinations, and it is a little surprising it doesn't happen more. It's not attempted more often these days to me, but.
And Gaffo's right. I am also concerned that they're probably already scrubbing that guy's social media and deleting it so that we don't really get any real information.
But that is so worse.
It is terrible. Half the internet is going to be saying
Okay,
it was a
but
lone crazy guy. Half of them are going to be saying that it was MK Ultra. No
Right.
one's ever going to know.
So how is that going to help? Let's just say that, you know, the Democrats are in the government. How is that going to help the Democratic Party in their election to have this in silence? All that people are going to do, rightfully so, is say it was that bad. ...
There's no good answers.
You're going to have such an outcry from Congress, Republicans in Congress, if they try to hide this. You know, they're just not going to let this go. So. But I would tell you this much would be clear. If they are indeed scrubbing it, it's because they know, and it is as bad as we fear.
Most likely. I mean, that's what we found out with the trans shooter in Tennessee.
Because say if it was like, and this would be insane, but say it's like, oh, it actually turned out to be some far-right guy who just thinks that he's going to actually do Trump a solid by putting him over the edge, and they could find that out, they'd be pissing themselves in joy.
Yeah, if that was it, then you would have heard all about it. We wouldn't lose any of that person's social media information.
So here's the point. This is the point then. When people come out and say, oh, well, you know, look at how well this worked out for him, or this was staged, or blah, 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 yada, 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 you can say, well, they wouldn't scrub his account if it was staged. And they know.
Well, yeah.
So that ends that argument completely. Because they know. They know what's the real deal going on here.
Yeah, but I think that the argument, if anyone is going to try to give the argument that he was obviously an incompetent sniper because he missed at what is really considered in sniper language to be a point-blank range, I mean, I think it was just a head turn that saved President Trump, not the incompetence of the shooter.
It was really close.
It was
It's
awfully
just
close.
stunning that you could have a shot that close and not have it hit the mark. I mean, that's where you know, a lot of people are going to say that's providence of God, and, you know, it's an argument.
They have arguments for that. They sure
Because
do.
it's just, I mean, honestly, that's just too close. And I don't really recall that he moved his head.
He did. If you watch the video, he absolutely moved his head at the last moment to turn at the sound.
Just like that, okay?
And
But
it was
usually-
that head turn that's the reason he's still alive.
Well, I would just remind everyone, in my opinion, in my own humble opinion, you take out Trump, you're going to get Ron DeSantis as president. And he would win. So, you know, and I don't think Democrats really want him. Because you said there, you know darn well Trump's actually fairly moderate.
I do.
So a lot of this is just called.
I mean,
Ron DeSantis is not a moderate.
Yeah, Goff is saying he turned his head one frame before the shot. I think that is absolutely accurate.
And I think Ron
this
DeSantis
whole
would-
Project 2025 thing has been really so infuriating. Because
this killed that.
it was so clearly not from the Trump camp, because we're dealing right now with the Trump camp trying to take protection of life and pro-life positions out of the Republican platform. That's hardly the somebody that would come out with a Project 2025, we're going to outlaw all abortion. That's just not even close to the kind of person that he is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I agree with him on that, because I don't. But,
Well,
it clearly, like, tying that series of positions to him was just ludicrous.
you're not going to outlaw all abortion, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not something that's really feasible. That would be. I think that would even be shut down probably by the.
No, but I don't agree with
Supreme
Trump
Court.
removing it from the Republican platform to say that we choose life. But I also know that that's ridiculous to think that
Of
he would be
course,
trying to outlaw all abortion. That's so not
Of
him.
course it is, and they know it. They're just trying to get a topic. They're just trying to get a topic to try to. It's the equivalent of Russia collusion from the last time.
Yeah, the hoax part is
Exactly.
trying to say that that's from the Trump people. 'Cause that's stupid. No one who knows anything about
But
Trump's
that kind of
positions
crap
would say
actually
that.
works, and that's what's maddening.
Well, it
I
was
mean,
working,
And
I
like
think.
Trump can sit there and say, "Well, I'm not," and they just ignore him flat out. I mean, he'd say the words, and they'd say, "So you are." And he's like, "I just said I wasn't." Well, you are then. No, they'll do that. So it's really hard to do much about that. It's up to people to actually sit there and think. People have to think.
Oh,
Thank you, little guy. I was sure gonna find this one on my own.
Yeah, no, Gaffo, I know I may be a person that's probably more on the conservative side of the pro-life movement, but I know what Trump's positions are very clearly, and I know that they are not outlawed in the case of rape and incest, and it's just
Well,
made up.
I don't know. I don't know if we really want to get into like policy talk too heavily here, but that's our other show.
I know, it's just that's
I mean,
what
it's-
Goff was talking to me
Yeah,
about.
yeah. It's just I mean, what happened today is definitely off topic and interesting to discuss. Bunnies. Wish I could kill bunnies. What are those? Look like longhorn sheep. Wow. Okay, so I did that one. Yep. Yeah, I probably really... Wait a minute, I thought I did this. What? I thought I completed this. I guess I'm not paying enough attention.
It's that kind of night. What can you say?
I know I talked to this guy. I needed to talk to him some more?
there you are, Selena. Well,
That
I
was weird.
underestimated you. Takes real skill to tame this girl. Skills like those of... Hold on. I know this. I do. Why can't I remember? Oh, damn it. This is gonna bother me all day. Oh.
It just didn't trigger the right action.
There we go. It was Sam and Will.
Oh my gosh.
They were far and away my best disciples.
I love how
As
they've
I
actually
say,
built that costume
you
to make it
crowd,
look cheap.
You may well
Yeah.
become as
It doesn't
talented
even
a
look
trainer as
good.
that
It
one
looks
did.
like he got it off Temu.
Did I hear you right? Sam? You gotta tell me everything you know about it.
I was just kind of
You're
laughing
gonna give
because
me
of the...
whiplash, son.
They're in Nibelheim, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess everybody's
The Sam
clothes are
guy
going to
who
be kind of
talked.
German.
You mean
huh?
Chocobo Sam out of Midgar?
Yes. I didn't
do,
actually think
but
about that
why do you
connection, but I
wanna
guess
know?
that's...
Or
Because me
Well, remember,
Scandinavian
this
or
guy
something
right
like
here,
that.
Billy, isn't even like from here. We first met him in the grasslands.
Yeah, I remember that. I was actually kind of wondering if he
I'll
uh,
never forget
was from
those two.
Nibelheim all along, and I
They
just didn't
had
realize
such a
it.
powerful passion and an eagerness to learn too. Everything they did was.
Oh,
for
is
the
that
birds.
true?
That's
Oh
not the
yeah, I
Sam
guess it's
know.
true. Like
Sam's
this
a
whole
demon.
event tonight is a
led the
night when
parents
all of
to
the
an early
political
grave.
streamers wouldn't be on. Gotho's right. I mean, this is the weekend.
Pushed him to
It
make
what was Megan Kelly doing some kind of an emergency broadcast?
Oh, they all are.
So they are all
Don't
doing like
sound
emergency
Oh, yeah.
broadcasts. Yeah.
All of them are.
You sure you ain't got your Sams mixed up? It's
You
a
got it.
common name, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is huge.
Sam in
This
this
really
business.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's
Swore
not like
that
this
I
happens every day.
humiliated him by
No,
winning
this
the
hasn't happened in decades.
The last time I remember presidential
At least have
political
some kind of
assassination, I
revenge for
was
what
like
that
8.
bastard did
Yeah,
to
it
my
would be 40
parents.
years ago.
Now that that's out of your system, back to
I
it.
remember my mother used to
Excuse
talk a
me?
lot about the
You
Robert
heard
Kennedy
me.
assassination.
Thought you
You
came
know,
out here to
the
learn
John
about
F. Kennedy, it
chocobos,
sounds like
not to
that one
get
would be the one that
revenge.
completely changed everybody's and blew them away, but somehow,
your
like for
next
my
task,
mom,
I'll need you
the
to take
Robert
Selena and
assassination
gather
was much
chocograss,
tougher.
which so
That one?
happens to grow
I think it
above
may be
bodies of
because you think one thing might be a one-off,
Waffle's trying to get us to do his dirty
and
work
then
again.
all of a sudden it's happening to more than one person in the same family, you know, in this, practically the same campaign. And
Yeah, the Kennedy stuff is weird, man.
Yeah.
Chocograss is
It
a
really
genuine
is.
Panacea. I kid you not. It'll cure whatever ails you, and then some. And once I am cured, maybe I'll be inclined to share more stories about the good old days.
He's obviously full of it.
If not for him, then please
I
do
don't
it for
know,
me.
and
I need to know what happened to my dad.
it must have been that at least for her the impact was harder
When I said it
because
grows above water, I
it was
meant
starting to feel
above.
like a new normal.
It's called the
And in
floating
some
cloud,
ways it kind of
'cause it
was.
grows in the air.
With Kennedy?
With an
Well,
ocean
with
chocobo,
first,
you
like
can
with John
harvest
F.
the stuff
Kennedy,
with
it was
ease.
like, well, maybe that's just
30
one
tufts
crazy
ought to
guy.
do.
And then
Best
suddenly
time to
it's
it,
like,
Cloud.
Well, you got to remember, this
Death
isn't
on
just
your hands,
the Kennedys. That was around also that same period. That's when MLK
Martin Luther
was.
King, right? And I'm blanking on who was first because I thought John was first.
It was.
So
And I think
when,
Martin Luther King was last.
when John is killed,
Thought.
you think, well, that's just like one crazy guy. Maybe you start to believe like maybe the world isn't quite as dark as all that because it was just a lunatic, and then it's Bobby and Martin Luther King and not long a few years after that I guess John Lennon. It's just
Well, John Lennon was quite a bit later.
it just all starts to feel like this can now be a regular occurrence.
Yeah, wasn't John Lennon's after Reagan?
I
Didn't that
thought it
happen
was
in the
before
mid-80s?
Reagan.
I was pretty sure that was in the 80s.
It was in the 80s, but I'm pretty sure it was before Reagan.
Okay, because Reagan's was shot, it must have been around 84. It was right after he got
Yeah.
reelected.
It must. That's the thing, I guess.
Right?
It's like
Or was it right? No, it was right after he got elected the first time.
John F. Kennedy was shocking, so shocking, but maybe possibly just one of those things. But then it starts to feel like a pattern, and that must have been why it was so much harder.
With both of them? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of back and forth on it. I mean, of course, Robert was, his what was he? He was his attorney general,
Yeah.
and he was kind of like they were going after people, and so there's a lot of people that think that was related to that.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a yeah. I wonder if I should just go ahead and get all these out of the way. You know what? I think I do want to go to Nibelheim. I want to see it. I'll get these done. I keep forgetting though, as soon as I go into town, in this game, it locks you out. Like, now you're stuck in story, and you can't get out to do anything else.
What is this? Is this a new town or is
Well, this
this?
would be Nibelheim. This would be like the official town base for this region. That's how this game's set up. Each region that you travel to has got a town that you are based out of for that time period,
Yeah.
and that's where the whole storyline for this region takes place. And they will actually lock you out, meaning you cannot fast travel, and you can't actually even leave town. until you do the story. So it's kind of like locking you in. But yeah, let's. It'd probably be kind of fun to do some of this with strength. So let's go. You know, as a side, I didn't really have a lot of gaming news of any way to talk about.
Yeah, I guess that's a good thing. Fortunate.
As
I had one little piece is
Probably.
that I did watch the trailer for Planet Coaster 2.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, and it was very cool. So regardless of whether or not you guys want to watch me play it, I'm probably going to be playing it.
Taylor doesn't think people were that interested when we played the first one. But,
Look at this.
I mean, honestly, we enjoy streaming these things, but we
Yeah.
also get games for ourselves. So I think absolutely you should just get it and enjoy it.
It's
And I sometimes turn the stream on while I play. I really get proud of my little coaster towns.
Well, and the thing with the sequel game is that it looks like they're going to feature also water parks, which
Yeah,
is
they are
about
adding
time.
water parks to the game. So
There really haven't been too much of that being attempted.
and they're actual body slides, so the little people characters are going through tubes and landing in the water, and there's really beautiful crystal clear pools and everything. Water's always been a little bit janky in the last couple versions of the game.
never mind all that. We've got a terminal to find.
Why does he keep doing that?
What is he doing?
Well, that movement he makes, I guess, is it
'Cause he's
supposed to be
a
like
cat.
a cat thing? That's like what cats do? Or
Yeah, it's
their,
a cat.
their paws up or something?
Yeah.
It's just,
This is
no, that's creepy.
We've got some business here.
He's being a cute little kitty cat.
There's no need to those creepy outfits you see all the patients wearing.
Some of those guys again.
I'm Sephiroth this time.
I'm Sephiroth this time. Where? I'm gonna kill him!
Probably to encourage people to keep their distance.
Well, shit.
A lot of robes out here.
Yeah. And look. Locals.
Oh god, not locals.
Yes, locals.
Only they aren't quite the same, are they?
Sorry about your
Hello
mom
there.
being dead.
Can I help you?
Greetings, good sir. I'm a proud employee of Shinra Resorts. And since I was nearby, I thought I might pop in and check something on the company database.
Can you stop him
your
moving so
companions?
terribly?
Oh, them? They are...
I used to live here until, you know.
So you know, Sephiroth ripped my stomach open.
I see.
It's kind of an unfortunate
Am
memory.
you aware of
People
what
like,
Nibelheim
you know, he
is
ripped
now?
my stomach open too. Wanna see?
No idea.
5 years ago, Shinra assumed direct control over this village. It now serves as a treatment center for Mako poisoning. All property rights have been transferred. If that's why you're here, contact Special Facilities and Corporate. They'll be able to help you.
Very
Gee,
helpful.
when did we end
Thank
up in
you, sir.
California?
Ah, but the database. I'll not be a wee minute.
All property rights have been transferred.
I'm sure you're eager
That
to see
guy
your
has,
hometown,
like,
but please,
Clothes he
don't
bought at
stay too long.
Macy's. When everyone else is in the future.
Yeah, he doesn't really fit, does he?
No, he went down to Kmart last week.
Well, with all this going on, we still have time to play Queen's Blood.
Being a caretaker isn't easy, but it is the
Ooh, luxurious pool. Oh, guess it's not ready yet.
Never a dull moment, always time for a card game.
I really actually need stuff. Need bad. So I think this is gonna be where I need to go. That's to my right. Hey, kid.
You used to live here a long time ago, right? We'd appreciate it if you didn't cause us any trouble.
What, no hellos? Welcome back. Don't screw around. Okay. Wow, I got $74,000. Well, I was about to say dollars. No, it's gil. It's probably actually worth more than a dollar. Okay. We need a bunch of these. Look at that. About to spend like 25,000 gil. Let's do 33. I got enough of those.
There's a photo that's floating around now that actually shows a bullet flying through the air on its way to Donald Trump.
Does it look like one of the
White
bullets
House
from...
press corps Doug Mills captured that photo.
Is it all animated like from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
It's...
So they're going like, yeah!
Well, you know what's funny about how these instant photography works is it actually looks like this long streak.
Like, I mean, what was the point? Like, too bad it missed?
Well, no, that's not it. It's just it was an accident. He's just taking pictures.
Like I mean, for real, they took a picture that actually caught the trajectory of the bullet
on its way
in a visual manner.
Yes, you can see it.
I can't believe that's even possible.
Well, it is amazing. It is amazing about
I thought
modern
you were telling me someone photoshopped the trajectory in, like, ha ha.
No, it's not photoshopped. It is an actual picture of the moment.
Wow.
It could be one of those articles about moments right before tragedy occurs. Famous photos. Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be pretty interesting.
Anything else here? Just the microphone? Yeah, microphone probably. I need to sell stuff. Okay. Oh, I think I need to probably buy some more ether too. Okay. I don't know why this game gives you so much oregano. I really don't.
I've been wanting to ask that question. Why does the game give you so much oregano?
I've never
Have you
once
made spaghetti sauce a couple times?
I've never once tried to make a pizza. Got a lot of margarine too. What do you use margarine for, Taylor?
There's a picture of the possible shooter going around. I hope that's not the case.
Why? Wouldn't that be good to have more pictures of this?
Well, obviously, since it's a dead body, they're gonna have pictures. It's just this photograph is like...
Like, was he just wandering around in the crowd the whole time? Like,
yeah, I think it might be a literal retarded monkey.
What?
It's like a huge forehead and like no weird chin and just looks messed up.
Here, Bring that up. I need to see this.
All right.
This isn't
It's
your
nuts.
home anymore. Remember that, all right?
That's a kid.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that, but he is a kid. I think that's just the angle that you're seeing. These shooters, though, this is a thing, right? Like, you find these different shooters and stuff, and they all seem to be fairly young.
I mean, we do think that, right? It's probably going to be a really young person.
But why is that necessarily?
Well,
I mean,
guys,
I'm
millennials
sure that's
are
where.
so susceptible to suggestion.
Is that it?
That's
I mean,
what I
because
think.
like,
Yeah.
you don't really see 55-year-old assassins. They're all like
Well,
28.
I point this out a lot, but there's not a lot of Generation Xers that are even alive. So.
But okay, but there's still a fair amount of 50. Okay, what, you want me to raise it 60s? I mean, what?
No,
But-
I think that's why. I think that millennials are more susceptible to suggestion. I think it's easier to convince them that they're
Question.
killing for a
This always
cause.
been here?
Yeah.
It totally screams climb me, doesn't it? So, let's give the poor thing what it wants and see the signs.
Oh, you mean
Hey,
that?
don't
Oh,
just-
okay. I didn't know what you meant by climb me. You know, I climbed this with Tifa once. No, bitch.
I mean, they were our worst problem during COVID. They were just as a block
To look
buying
at this
every
place,
stupid idea
you
that we
never
had to
know.
adhere to, hook, line, and
Yeah,
sinker.
they tend to be some of the angriest people, too.
Yeah,
Angriest,
they're
titled.
angry.
Just do it, Cloud.
Have you finally
So,
connected
which one's
enough
your
with
house?
Aerith to have an emotional moment?
No, I'm still rather date my blade, apparently.
That one.
Aw, looks cozy.
Honestly, it's to the point where it's pretty awkward now, you know?
Yeah, me too.
He's just like, I can't touch a girl.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No, don't worry about it. It's all new to you. That building right there is the inn. Where I stayed 5 years ago. You got the town hall.
Everybody doesn't know this about
general
Chance
store.
and the way that he plays Assassin's Creed, which
Isn't
is
that
really
better?
hysterical. Which is why we need to do an Assassin's
house.
Creed when the next one comes out. Is whichever character comes up to his character and wants to, you know, get down and dirty, he says
Uh-oh.
yes, no matter who it is. It's so funny. It is hilarious to watch.
Yeah, you know, they don't always
so let
do
me
that.
guess. This is
They
where
didn't
No,
do that
not
in
every
last game.
version.
Yeah.
Huh?
Come on, you never came up here hoping she'd wave?
Never thought about it. I don't think about much.
Probably. Sounds like something I do.
I always said
If
it's
I was in
changed.
your
Is it
shoes,
changed in a good way, a bad
Did it
way?
get better or worse? Somebody be a little more clear here. Was she asking him about Tifa?
Yeah, they were just showing Tifa
gonna
in a
head down.
window.
Think I'm good where
Is
I
Tifa
am.
watching you guys?
Yeah, and I was thinking, Tifa would be like shooting a bird, man. He'd be like, what are you doing up there with my man?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Tifa and Aerith aren't sure they don't want each other.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone.
Are you angry?
Yeah, that's how Cora ended.
At me?
Not at you. At everything. Must be nice.
I was gonna say, I didn't
To
think
have
my
a friend
response
you've
was
known
that
since
bad.
you were a kid. Someone you can say, remember the time when? To. Someone you can reminisce with. I don't have anyone like that. And it feels like I'm being taunted for it. Which stings. More than it should. That is why I want to be alone. Plus, I might take it out on you, and I don't want that.
I don't mind.
Wonder what taking it out on me
Well,
would
I
look like.
do,
Would it be just like,
And it
gosh
only
darn
make
it?
me feel worse. Thank you, though.
Oopsie.
Really. I'll be down in
Oh,
a
the
bit.
ding dong
See you
diddly.
then. Fresh air, peace and quiet. Not a bad place to grow up.
I
Yeah,
think she
I know
just
it's not
told
the
you that
village you
she's really
knew,
jealous of
but
your
it's still
relationship with
nice.
Tifa. That is not really much of a relationship either.
well, it's not what she said, but you think that's what she meant?
Well, she did kind of tell you that.
Because I'm not sure I'm buying that the writers of this game are able to write that deeply for a woman.
Well, she just literally said, like, I don't have anybody from my childhood to share all this stuff with.
Sometimes I feel like the writers of this game would write dialogue like Era saying, do my boobs look lopsided? No, there's Snaps. I should go say hi to Snaps. Get out of my way.
I feel so bad for these people.
So now.
Snaps is like, oh man, work it. Work those robes.
Oh, what a pleasant
What are they
surprise.
doing?
Say, why don't you and those robes, folks,
Oh,
pose
this
for a
can't
photo?
go well. Cloud, don't fall for this. It's gonna end up on the internet.
It turns out that Shinra's in charge of the
So
treatment
this is
facilities
another
here.
side, then.
Getting permission to take pictures was not easy. All my photos would be reviewed, and if Shinra sees something they don't like, it's theirs. Just gotta impress those suits with some nice shots. If you find a good photo spot, don't hesitate to let me know. So that's Mount Evil. It cuts a rather stern, an imposing figure. The ragged ridges jutting into the sky, like something out of a fantastical painting. I can't imagine the folks in those treatment centers sleep easy with Mount Evil looming behind.
Some martial artist named Zandan came up with this exercise.
All the road
That's
guys
what
like, come
everyone
on,
tells
raise
me.
your hands in the air like you don't care.
I understand this is supposed to be a photo. You seem to be
No, Cloud, you don't have to do this. Let's go.
So that's Mount Evil.
Alright, I think... Huh. Yeah. So
It cuts a
we will
rather stern and imposing
head back into
figure.
town where...
Jutting into the sky.
Well, wasn't that just where I was with the Aerith?
What, the water tower?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no?
you were on the water tower.
Yeah, but I mean like the start.
nothing here.
Somebody in here to talk to. I wonder if it's one of my crew. Oh, Barrett's in
These
here.
guys are now even in the hotel. What, they run a room?
Why don't you ask them? I'll answer for them.
They're everywhere you look. You don't really think that all these guys decided to get up and shuffle over here of their own accord, do you? Course not. This is Shinra's doing. First, they raise a whole village because it suits them. Then they build a fake one right on top of it. We can't let those corporate bastards keep getting away with this shit.
What is that
We gotta
gun
do
you're
something
holding?
right.
Holy cow.
Was that a new weapon you put on him?
I just want to know what they're rounding him up for.
The hell if I know. Nothing good, though. These boys are lucky they got us looking out for them. If Shinra tries anything, I'll make sure they don't succeed.
I think one's choking right now.
Welcome. Would you like a room?
With all these road people here? No, it's creepy.
He sounded so put out with you for wanting to do business.
Just relax. Nothing to be afraid of.
Alright, see, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I not... I am confused. Let's see. Oh. Got it. This is where I need to go. Maybe I do need to go in the end. Which I can't find now.
All we do is bend over backwards for these people.
No, that's not it.
Just hang in there until your term's up, okay?
What's in here? I don't know if I've ever been in here.
That doesn't look familiar. Is that a bank?
It looks like a bank, doesn't it?
It sure does.
It's weird. Welcome to the Bank of Nibelheim. Would you like to open an account?
You.
You oh, I can play a Shinra dude?
Card player, do you?
That's a
It's no
card
use
game. Are you
denying it.
kidding me?
You're slacking off because you want to play Queen's Blood. Because you're just like me. I won't tell if you won't. Comrade, the name's Turner, the top truant. I say, screw working. I'm all about playing hooky. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who's better at it than me. I don't give a damn about demotions. Prepare yourself.
Alright, fine. Just fine. This will work. I'm pretty bad at this, by the way.
I know you're pretty bad at the card game. I thought you had decided you were never going to play the card games.
Eh.
Eh.
Yeah.
Eh. You know, actually, I saw somebody online talking about what we were talking about earlier. They were saying, like, you know, when we were kids and a major event like this would happen, we would turn on the nightly news. And a lot of other people had the experience tonight that a major event happened and they didn't even consider turning on the television. They just went to X. And some of them had turned the TV on at some point later, but for the most part, it was X that they were getting their news from. And I know that's where I was. I was on Twitter all night. Here's a tweet from, somebody, a singer, Charles Billingsley. The lady in the plane sitting beside me literally just cheered that Trump had been shot and was upset to hear that they missed. The left in this nation has gone insane, and I hope Trump wins by the biggest landslide in history.
Well, you shouldn't be cheering that stuff.
I can't even imagine being like that. let's imagine that something like that had happened to Biden. I wouldn't be cheering about it.
You should
That's
not be
so
trying to
ugly.
assassinate your...
That's so bad for the country.
Yeah, you just shouldn't be trying to assassinate people. But remember, he's Hitler.
Yeah. Except that we had him as president before and he wasn't.
Right. I mean, I really actually have never actually had anyone explain to me why he's Hitler. And I've never really understood that ability. Like, so if he's Hitler, you have to be able to equate him to Adolf Hitler and the kind of stuff Adolf Hitler did.
I actually remember him moving the capital of Israel to Jerusalem. That seems rather un-Hitler-like.
Right. So, but they never do. But they're never asked to either. People just kind of let them say it, and then they just kind of like shirk and go off. They never really ask them to own up to what they're talking about. Man, I can't play anything now all of a sudden? Wow, you got me at the very end. I understand.
And there's another man coming out that says he told police that there was a shooter up there and they didn't do anything. I would say, like, if it was that obvious that there was one guy and he was telling the truth that he saw something, there's gonna be more than even 2 eyewitnesses coming out and saying this.
The captain's nowhere in sight.
If it's the truth, there's gonna be more than 1, more than 2.
Well, and I question if there's actually more than one person involved.
Gonna need a smidge more time.
So, what's the story here exactly? Because for a cat, he has an awfully high level of clearance. It's more than a little suspicious. No average employee should be able to access
Mr.
what
Sweater
he can.
Vest.
I understand this must be confusing for you, but I don't know anything either. I
No,
just
that's
go
not
where the
confusing to
company
me at
tells
all.
me,
I
that's
expect
it.
you to.
So, any friends here you want to see? Maybe a girlfriend?
Wait a minute.
I'll bet
Zach?
you're dying to hear about mine. Am I right? What? Not interested? I'm gonna tell you anyway. She's real pretty. No, beautiful. Kind of depends on the angle. She's just great to be around.
She from Midgar?
Yep, real city now.
Zach. Zach Fair. From Gungaga.
This is all so
Over
strange.
heels for Eric. We fought together as soldiers. You were here with me 5 years ago. You came with me on the mission. Where are you? What happened to you?
I'm hanging out with Eris Coma.
he's hanging out with Coma U and Coma Aerith. We don't know what's going on either. It might be about time to wrap things up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. Right. Let me go see what Cat Saith has to say. Maybe it'll be interesting. Before we drop out.
Alright, let's go see what he has to say.
So what do you think tomorrow's going to be like then? I mean, we've
I don't know, because it's a Sunday.
There's going to be all the talk shows.
Yeah,
That's the Sunday.
It's usually the talk show wrap-ups for the week. Instead, I guess we're going to be getting probably a lot of breaking news all the way through.
I should have known it was too good to be true.
Well, there's going to be a lot of people going like, first of all, no one supports this.
Let me guess.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't cut
sure you don't.
Except the woman on the airplane.
We're going to be going to church, so
Would you be so kind as to
we're going to be. I mean, everybody at church is probably going to want to talk about it.
Yeah, probably, but
I
don't know.
I'm but a wee bottom feeder.
I don't know.
Barely have clearance to use the bathroom.
Be that as it may, I can't let you in there myself. You'll have to ask my boss instead.
Meaning the deputy commissioner? Or the commission himself? Let's meet and greet.
Deputy Commissioner Murasaki's up at the reactor, conducting an inspection for corporate. He's due back the day after tomorrow, but he hasn't been in touch to confirm. Could be he needs more time.
We can't afford to dilly-dally.
Then we'll just have to track him down.
Agreed.
That's what we do.
Thanks
we
for
track.
all the help, pal.
People are already doing some sleuthing.
No need to wear yourself out. Let's rest.
Okay, so this is a part where I think I'm going to prep for a bigger session, so we can go ahead and stop here.
Yeah.
I hope I can help to make
All right.
their lives a little bit easier.
Well, it's been an interesting evening. There was a lot to just kind of drone on about, talk about with all the activities going around and stuff. And
quite a bit to unpack. Special thanks to Goffo for stopping by and having some stuff to say.
Yep. And you just have to the best thing to do now is just pray for your country. You pray for cooler heads to prevail, and you don't really want just all kinds of revolt happening all over the place. I mean, these things just need to be worked out at the ballot box, That's where it needs to be decided, and elections need to be fair. They need to even be perceived as fair. I mean, people just need to be able to have an environment where they feel like at least it's being done correctly, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah. Okay. Any other little bits that we need to talk about, just to clean up our own business before we go, or is that it?
We're still gonna have comics coming out, and we always have more comics coming out. Always recommend you sign up for our Substack at basecomicsubstack.com and get emails and my musings in your email box with things I don't say on the website or just out on the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
And that we do have a talk show that we're working on. I'm going to be continuing to test that out.
Yep. Yeah, we don't have a date yet when that's going to fully launch, but we still are aiming for the end of this month, so it's really not that far away.
Not far away at all.
And we still do comics.
Yeah.
I think sometimes Sarah's like, can we stop doing comics? I'm like, hell no.
I don't ever say let's stop doing comics. Sometimes I say let's not do 2 a week, but I don't say let's not do any a week. And we have more P's coming out, which I'm really excited about because that's for our paid subscribers. So there's another P comic coming.
I was going to work on. I was actually sitting down to work on that when the assassination attempt happened. I was like, oh,
there goes another night.
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so definitely need to get back on that. There's a lot to do. It's gonna be a busy week. All right, later, Gators. We'll see you next week.
Later, Gators.
Take care.